week, we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners.
And growing.
Across our social platforms and guest networks, our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time. We are currently at CoHarbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about CoHarbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes. But some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them. Like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Coworking, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous. Yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. Mm-hmm. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at CoHarbor. And you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that CoHarbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour-over coffee, which all of my friends love, and I love the tea. They have hot tea, and they have iced coffee, and they have sparkling water, all the things. It's so beautiful here, so come and check them out.
Well, come on down and join us at Corporate and Tech Center Drive. Beautiful location over here. You can't miss us. We're sponsored by the great Joshua Geary with Crescio. And Joshua just won Hispanic Rising Professional of the Year. Yay! Hey, he's been with us so long, and he is really produces and helps us with this show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Crescio.
Yes. So Crescio, they offer pay what you can consultations, and they specialize in not only just chat GPT, but they will work with your business to help you get sustainable and then leave and leave you successful. Their goal is not to stay with you forever. Their goal is to keep you moving with excellence.
Indeed. And AI work, AI is the rage right now. Joshua is an expert in AI, and he and his team can help you navigate the sometimes scary road of AI and what's happening, and deliver work with you that you won't have to worry about all the myths about AI. They know how it works for you. And what I do love, Lisa, about Crescio is the pay what you can consultations to the underserved southeast sector of our city, reaching out and trying to help people.
Absolutely. So check them out at Crescio.com.
Indeed. We're sponsored by Brandon Kurt from Planet Duct.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, with his 3 children, are just incredible. I know them personally.
Me too.
We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gava?
And she's a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well.
They do. And he loves Star Wars. So if you're into that scene, give Brandon a call. He loves Star Wars, all things Star Wars-y.
Yes, not only that, but he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town. They do have the strongest vacuums in Colorado,
Indeed.
which will help you get amazing air quality for your home.
Indeed. They find all kinds of stuff in our vent systems. They've done my house as well, and so many of my friends.
Yeah.
They really are the cream of the crop when it comes to duct cleaning.
They are.
And one last thing, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So make sure to look them up because they are
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Yes, they are.
We are sponsored by the lovely, incredible Karen Butcher with Westco Insurance.
Yes, Karen is an amazing insurance agent doing home, casualty, all these different types of insurance. And here's the deal. She has some of the same customers that she had when she started 24 years ago. They're still engaging her this many years later, which means she has to have some incredible customer service and some attentive skills. Right?
To include me.
And me.
She's helped me a lot over the years.
She's incredible.
So we really appreciate Karen Butcher and all the wisdom and savviness that she has in the insurance industry. So check her out, Karen Butcher, Westco Insurance.
Please. Yeah, welcome to the Be Encouraged show with Frank.
And Lisa.
We're so glad that you join us on Mondays and align with us in our goal of infusing hope and encouragement throughout the world.
That's right. We are now offering 2 free guests on our show every single Monday from 11 to 12 or 12 to 1 Mountain Standard Time. But we also have an amazing new venture that we've started this year, Frank.
Indeed. We have the free hug campaign that's starting that Lisa and I are going to go out in community, offer free hugs. Hugs have medicinal value that's really, really strong, and we want to use that to help humans.
Absolutely. And we are also going around the world on live Instagrams. So our ask of you is, if you know of any amazing business owners out in other countries or across the nation, please introduce them to us at lisa@beencouraged.net.
Yeah, make sure that you email her. Yes, and she'll get it done for us, and we'll make sure that we highlight your business. You know, really the value of this is exposure. We get the opportunity to expose your business to our growing audience and get so that you can be seen and people can engage your business.
And we do offer sponsorship levels starting at $50 on up. So depending on how much marketing you have in your budget, we would love to help you get maximum exposure both on our website as well as our show.
Indeed. We love humans here at the Be Encouraged show. And the reason we exist is to create value for you.
The real value of sponsoring our show is joining us on our mission to infuse hope and encouragement throughout the world.
Aligning missional values is very important to us, and we are looking for businesses that align with us and our values and what we're trying to give out to the world.
Yes, this is about social impact, Frank.
Indeed. We know how important that is in this community and around the world. So join us in our mission to create social impact for your business. Hi, welcome to the Be Encouraged show. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we're so glad to have you here on a Monday morning.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Woo! I feel great. Just came back from Missouri on vacation with the family.
Yeah, down in Branson doing your thing.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the community missed you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lisa's back, so I think we can get started.
Yes.
What do you think?
Exactly.
Yeah. We have two incredible humans on with us this morning. We're so glad to have these guys here. Dr. Marzil Rutenberg, and we'll be formally introducing you. And Richard?
No.
Richard.
Robert? Robert
You got
Brunet. Brunet. Yeah.
Monsieur Brunet.
Yeah. Dr. Marzil is getting stuff up and running, transitioning from that laborious corporate life to a freeing opportunity to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
She's got a lot going on.
Got a lot going on.
Positive things.
Yes, very positive.
Very, very. And Robert as well is transitioning from an incredible chef, which he still is.
Oh, yes, he is.
To an entrepreneur, author, and remaining viable.
Yes.
Viable.
Yes.
Remaining viable in community. That's what he's all about.
Yeah, it was
We're
tough
going to
for
unpack
a southern black guy to say.
That's all right. Right. You know what I'm saying.
I spelled
Oh
it
my
right.
gosh.
Yeah, Lisa, we are the Be Encouraged show. What do we do?
We provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact here in the Colorado Springs community. And we're joining you live from Colorado Springs with some amazing guests, like Frank mentioned. Mm-hmm. If you want to join us internationally, please go to our website and select International via Instagram to join us live from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. We're in South Africa this morning speaking to a young man about the work that he's doing in the cybersecurity arena. That was so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And a guy from India who now lives in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, yes.
A doctor. Say, today's show is sponsored by Crescio, who offers to help entrepreneurs with pay what you can consultations to understand AI agents and use them to increase your sales.
Did you say
lower.
pay what you can?
I said pay what you can consultation.
Genius.
Oh, my word, what else do you want?
I know.
Right at your fingertips.
Increase your sales and lower your overhead. Visit CrestCO.com to learn more and check out the flyer that we provided for you guys. Take those home with you. Call Joshua. He will love you into profitability.
Yes, exactly.
That sounds good to me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Joshua is the man. And we're actually honored to have him in studio today.
I
Yay.
know.
Welcome, Joshua.
This is not the norm.
No, this is not the norm. It
He's
used
too
to be the
important to
norm.
hang out with us.
Yeah, he's Mr. VIP now.
Yeah.
Very rare when we have him in studio.
Isn't that funny? Let's introduce these incredible
Yes,
humans.
my favorite part of the show.
I know, you do it so
Okay.
well.
So, to my right is the beautiful Dr. Marzil Rutenberg.
Thank you.
Marzil.
So she is a seasoned executive and strategic advisor specializing in organizational development, risk management, project management, and operations. She is president of Empower Care Plus Solutions, co-founder of the Legacy Engine, and a board member for multiple organizations. Holding a doctorate in organizational development and leadership, she is dedicated to fostering innovation and achieving impactful results across various industries.
Indeed.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, and total transparent. I get to work with Dr. Rutenberg as well.
Yeah.
and
My pleasure.
Yeah, no, pleasure's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got Robert Brunet. Yeah, he is an author, technologist, and former chef known for his resilience and purpose-driven work. He founded Use What You Got Publishing and authored 1 Million Dreams, highlighting Colorado Springs entrepreneurs.
Wow.
As a creator of Life Capsule AI, he helps individuals preserve their legacies. Through his writing, speaking, and community engagement, he inspires others to overcome adversity and live intentionally. Wow, AI must
That's
have
a lot,
wrote
huh?
that, brother.
It had a little help.
Yeah.
Right, that was quite. Yeah, so Lisa, let's dive in.
All right. So, well, let's start with you.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit personally about yourself, your life, where you're born, and start from birth on up.
I love
led a full life. So.
I love that question, but I'll try to be succinct about it. So I am born and raised in the Philippines, from a small, hometown in the South, Mindanao, Ligan City. I was a small girl, but with big dreams, and here I am. My story is all about resilience, encouragement, and clinging to hope and looking at the positives in life, because as we all know, there's always going to be ebbs and flows, challenges, obstacles, but that doesn't mean that your life stops there. You have to be better and bolder as you go through each phase in life.
Yeah.
Hopefully that sums it up.
You like that?
I like it.
He's just being nice because he's your coach.
Yeah.
Usually he's not that nice. So I will probe. Okay, so a little bit deeper. So tell us a little bit more about your life.
Yeah, tell people
us.
those Me Too moments.
Yeah.
There's so many areas in my life that I would like to share, but I don't think
Yeah.
we have the entire time to do that. Probably will be a book or two.
Yes.
But I started as a student here, international student, through a scholarship. I only have $50 in my pocket when I started. And like I said, big dreams, way too ambitious, a little bit scary. But then, with the people that brought inspiration in my life as well as encouragement, because we're at this Be Encouraged show. Yes. I think because of that, plus perseverance and hard work, I was able to be where I'm at. And finding the right people in your circle, pruning yourself, meaning you don't get to be with all people that you love so much all the time. Some of them leave, let them. With the book that I was listening to you. Yeah, with my
Mel Robbins, shout out
Love
to you.
that
Send us
book.
a check.
Yep.
I was tuning into you guys all the time.
Yes.
I love the show.
Thank you.
And it's about understanding your core values, making sure that what you do is in alignment with what you have inside. Because if there's a misalignment, that will definitely become an issue later on. It's only going to be a matter of time that you'll break, but that doesn't mean that's the end of your story. I mean, there's chapters in my life where I thought, oh my gosh, again? But then I realized, I have to be bold and positive about it. I have to make sure that whatever my legacy in this world will be, because we don't know when we're going to graduate on this earth, right? Regardless of your spiritual beliefs. But I believe that every chapter that I have it with pride, with sincerity, and with faith, and understanding that who I am right now is because of the experiences that I have accumulated all through the years.
Indeed.
Very
Indeed.
good.
How many siblings?
Just one.
Just you and one other. Yeah.
My brother.
So how old were you when you came from the Philippines to America?
Oh my God, I don't want to divulge my
21,
age, but
right?
25.
Oh, 25.
You don't have to tell us the rest.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm not even going to ask you how long you've been
25.
here.
I already
Did add
had.
it up.
I already had my master's in the Philippines, and I was also studying law.
That's right.
And that I really wanted to, pursue doctorate here, but America's pretty strict. As much as I want to be in Ivy League schools, I do not have the financial capability, because that's a huge part of their validation requirements. So I ended up with a scholarship here, thankfully, and the rest is history. I had my master's, and then went ahead with my PhD, and now I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Do you have any entrepreneurs in your family? Or are you the first?
I'm breaking the cycle.
You're trailblazing.
Suffers from the affliction.
I love how you put it there.
Yes, that's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, Robert Brunet.
Yes,
Tell us
ma'am.
a little bit about you.
Well, I am so pleased to be on your show finally.
Yes, welcome.
I've known you guys for almost a year now, since I started attending Million Cups regularly. And it's been a pleasure to get to know both of you. You're both inspirational, motivational, and from the heart people. And I see that in both of you. And I'm so pleased that I can be a part of your show today, and a part of your experience, both in and out of this.
Thank you.
As you mentioned, I am the former Chef BB from Mama Pearl's Cajun Kitchen. We operated for almost 15 years. I actually started out as a private chef, going to people's homes and cooking dinners for them. It was
How
like
did
a
that
private
transpire, Robert? How did this whole shelf thing get to be a thing?
Well, I spent 30 years in IT, so I sat at a desk for a very long time.
Yeah.
Right. And I did well with it. I enjoyed it for the most part. It paid very well, and it helped me to raise my kids and provide a good living for my family when they were growing up.
Right.
But when I turned 50, the company here in Colorado Springs that I was working with lost their contract, and I could have stayed with the company, but that would have meant having to move.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you recall, but I lived in New Orleans until 2005 when Hurricane Katrina hit, and that caused us to relocate out here. That's a whole nother 1 hour
Why
show.
out here out of all the places you could have gone?
Well, I mentioned earlier that my wife was previously married to an Air Force airman.
Okay.
Her practice husband, and both of her older kids were born here, even at the Air Force Academy. So I had been thinking about moving to Colorado for years. I'd been coming out here to ski since I was in college. So it seemed like a natural, let's get out of here and go to Colorado. No hurricanes there, right?
Yes,
I didn't know about the windstorms and the hail and all of that.
The hail is here.
But anyway, so IT was most of my life. I wrote, when I moved out here, I worked for the Satellite Control Network. I was writing software for them. And but when I turned 50 and lost my job the same year, and my wife lost her job because she was at the Broadmoor, and so both of us lost our jobs within about 4 months of each other. And I went back into survival mode. When I first moved out here after Hurricane Katrina, I was in survival mode for a long time. I went back into survival mode, and I said, look, I got to do something that I have some control over my life, my ability to earn, and to be expressive. I mean, most entrepreneurs are very creative people.
Yeah.
So they want to find a way to create something they can call their own and share with the world. I took it upon myself to use what I got, which is my mantra. And I said, well, I know how to cook. My passion is not cooking, though. It's eating, just so you know.
Yes. I work out to eat. I can relate.
Yes.
I will do the workout part
foodie.
later on, but yes,
Yes.
I do like to eat.
I figured I had
don't
a
work
natural
out, but I
foray
do
into
eat.
that.
Yes, you do now. Finally, he's got this step thing. He sits on his couch and pushes the pedals, and he's getting like 7,000 steps in now.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah, it's actually.
Well,
I'm
I was
proud of
doing
him.
that when I worked in my restaurant too.
7,000
But I really felt like I needed to do something that I could call my own. And so I started by, I used what I had. I created my own recipes, my own software to sell the business, my own websites, did all of these things, and basically loaded up the back of my Jeep with food and cookware, and I'd go to people's houses and cook their dinners for them. And at one point I had 9 chefs working for me, and we were doing 35 dinners a week.
Oh, wow.
Within a year and a half, yeah.
Wow.
So the first 3 years we were doing that, we did almost 2,500 dinners around Colorado Springs.
Wow.
What
And then-
stopped that?
Well, the restaurant. We found a little place on Rockrimmon in Delmonico. We were going to make that the house chef shop,
Yeah.
but it was already set up as a restaurant. I said, well, let me see if I can sell some gumbo. And sure enough, Mama Pearl's Cajun Kitchen opened up, and we grew exponentially for 7 years. And then in January of 20,
Yeah.
we moved to the Northgate location. We were killing it, not killing people, just killing it.
Yeah.
Bad thing if you're in the restaurant business. And the restaurant was going great until COVID, and then we quite frankly, we just never were able to recover fully after COVID. Now, some restaurants I'm pleased to see are doing well now.
Yeah. Probably have had as many that went your route as are doing well, though. A lot of people lost it during that time.
I sat on the board of directors for the Restaurant Association for the last 8 years, and I have lots of friends who did not make it as far as we did. I've had lots of friends who are still struggling. So I try to advocate for that. The very first book I wrote was called The Beginner's Guide to Restaurant Success. And I should have subtitled it, though, with, or my best guess so far. So that's
Was that like 30 books ago?
Actually, I've written 27 books so
27.
far.
I knew I was close.
That is amazing.
And I just write about what I'm interested in, and I go on the assumption that maybe somebody else is interested too.
Perhaps we can partner together, right?
Yeah, I'd
I
be
just
happy to
finished my
work with you.
manuscript, and I gave it to Dr. Sinclair for review.
Yep. Well, I'm doing ghostwriting for people. I'm working with people who have a message to share.
Oh, wow.
And creating books for them. I have 3
She has
projects I'm working on right now.
I'm glad you gave me your business card.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to do that.
See how that
Again,
works?
that's one of the ways that I try to provide value to people. Sorry.
And that's one of the ways you don't.
Sorry.
Okay.
You need to put that on Do Not Disturb.
Turn it off. Major faux pas in
Or
this type
give
of
it to
thing.
Joshua, he'll fix your phone.
So yeah, that's where I'm at, and we closed about a year ago, and I've spent the last year just reinventing myself and just again trying to find a way to provide value to other people.
I love that.
That's really all I'm doing.
Well, that's all you needed.
So, are you a sommelier as well? Did you do that?
No.
Okay.
To do that, I would have to drink, and I really don't drink.
I know lots of people who don't drink that are sommeliers.
My wife's a much better sommelier than I am.
Okay.
I'm more of a food critic.
All right.
And but my favorite food, just to make it clear, my favorite food in the entire world is anything I don't have to cook.
Nice.
Okay.
That's because he's the permanent chef in his house.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll
All right.
get to you. Yeah.
All right,
we'll
well,
get to
I'm here. Thank you so much for asking. It's really, my story is just one of many, and that's really what I try to do is I try to help people to share their stories too, because it's therapeutic, it's informational, it's inspirational. You guys are perfect examples of that, but everybody that I think that chooses to follow the entrepreneurial path has a story.
Yes.
Every human has a
Agreed.
story.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed.
Right, yeah. If you can muster up the courage to share.
That's
right?
the thing. Is getting people to
Lisa
open
can
up.
help
And
with
see,
that.
that is the thing. It takes courage
Yeah.
Yes.
to share that story.
It does.
Because when you do, you're not only sharing it, but you're telling yourself that story in a way that your heart hears.
Yeah. Well, it took me 50 years to finally be able to be honest and upfront with people on my true story. Because I would just bury it.
But I kept digging.
Yeah, you did. He's a digger.
It's nice
We
to
gotta
have
get
somebody
that
who
story
cares
out
enough
there.
about you to dig them.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does take courage once you do the digging to actually go into therapy, work through past traumas, triggers, all of that, because that is where the real work comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Marzil, You're fascinating. I'm
Yes,
just
she
saying. You are.
That's so nice of you to say.
Well, it's just the truth, right? You know, not only did you transition out of working for other people, but you did 3 company launch at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about them.
I guess crazy is my middle name in a good way. So I do have 3 that I call my main projects right now. One is Empower Care Plus Solutions, which aims to provide skilled or non-skilled, meaning medical and non-medical services to elderly populations and vulnerable individuals. We cater to Medicaid, Medicare, and private payer, and in fact, we also plan to have a payment scale for those who couldn't afford, making it affordable, right? Because my main intent is really to serve. I've been in healthcare and IT and other industries, and all I see are gaps, and now I felt like I have to listen to what really feels a calling for me. And so I decided to take the dream, one of my million dreams, into my own hands and make it happen. And thanks to the support of wonderful people like Lisa and Dr. Sinclair and people like you too, Robert, you know, their stories are really inspiring. It brings me a lot of courage, because if your dreams are not scary enough, then you might need to revisit that dream.
Yes.
Preach it.
Walk the talk. And the other one too is the Legacy Engine. Initially, I was working with Pro Business Advice, such a wonderful team. And then I happened to meet in that cohort one of the advisors, a professor from Georgia State University. His name is Jacob David Prince. And so we talked one day. It's about communication and opening avenues. So we talked one day and decided we will be able to help small and medium-scale businesses, not by putting a price tag on their door and say, can you afford us? But rather, how can we help you? So it started with that conversation. And we have, if I remember correctly, 6 to 7 clients. 2 of them already signed contracts. So that's great. We just started last February.
Wonderful.
Thank you. I think if you put your heart in the right place, rarely do you go wrong. And if you might think you went wrong, just try to have a little detour until you find the right destination. And then third one is for women and other folks who would love to have skincare. It's called Beauty Bloom. I worked with researchers in Korea and tried to come up with a skincare supplement that addresses health from within. Yeah, if you can afford laser, that's wonderful. I'm happy for you, all these fillers, and the modern trends of enhancing yourself. But I think if you really want to look good, you have to take care of what's inside. Because I myself have encountered a lot of health issues like other people do, but then I realized if you're not taking care intrinsically, then extrinsically, did I pronounce correct? You're not going to be showing it and having it sustainable. So that's the approach. And last but not the least is my book. I'm happy to have Dr. Sinclair review it, as well as Dr. Miraz, and I'm excited because it's a nonfiction book, but it's actually inspired by real people in my life. And I was hoping to send that message out there, like what Robert said, that it takes time and resilience and the courage to tell people's story, and that's what the book is all about. It's the title may be subject to change later on, but it's Where Fireflies Dance. Becoming the light bearer.
I love
Why would
that.
you change
Cool.
that?
Yeah,
You never know. The editors,
Wow.
If an editor wants to change that, fire them.
I'll try to listen to the reason, and we'll go from there.
That's
But
an
yes, thank you.
incredible title.
It is.
Really is.
I guess you'd
Yeah.
have to read the book though to see if it matches.
It
Maybe that's
does
what she
match.
meant. Does it match?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
So, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
she's done a great job. Great job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Indeed. Robert.
Yes, Robert.
Yeah, we see you. One thing that I love about, and you can tell us about the book right now as well, but people see you. You have come and you say, you know what, I'm going to do the hard work of integration into this community. I want to find out where I can lend myself to this community and create value for other human beings.
Indeed.
Yeah, what a forward-looking way, because most people don't do that.
They
my
don't,
friend. Yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
And you have a big
Share
heart.
that with my wife when you get a minute.
Yeah.
As long as you share that with mine.
Okay.
You can even use the same
All right.
words. Michelle's her name.
You know, one of the concepts that that I've learned, and I just turned 65 this year, which means I'm maybe getting some of that money back that I've been paying.
Eligible.
But I like to believe that I've learned something. Although every year on Facebook on my birthday, I always post, "Today's my birthday. Here's what I've learned," and then it's just a big bunch of blanks. But I always try to go on the notion that the more people I help, the more people help me. And the last year has been just an incredible journey for me, most of which has been occurred in my little home office behind my computer, thinking of ways that I can help other people. And by helping them, how can I help myself to create a platform that speaks to the messages that I want to share? And I think that's really a critical point for every entrepreneur, is we have to build a community. We have to build a group of like-minded people who not only agree with each other, but can help each other along the way. And, those are kind of big, lofty notions, but when you're sitting in your office by yourself, you get a lot of time to think about these things. And, I have several things projects that I'm working on right now. I like to tell people I have a lot of hooks in the water, right?
Yes.
If you go to the pond with one cane pole and, one hook, you're not going to catch a whole lot of fish. But if you got 50 hooks in the water, something's going to bite eventually. So I'm putting a lot of hooks in the water, but I'm also really trying to create real, genuine relationships with people like you. And the best way to do that, because, all of us have our BS meter going, right? The best way to do that is to express yourself in the most genuine, authentic way that you can, right? Why am I here? Why am I talking to you? Why you should be talking to me. And probably about 3 months after the restaurant closed, I heard about 1 Million Cups, and I said, okay, let me go see what this is. Maybe I can make some contacts, maybe learn something. And it's been all of the above. And I've been going, for me, it's almost like church.
Yeah.
I get to go and see my friends. I get to go and share ideas. I get to make new friends. And I love listening to the stories that people share. Right? Now, sometimes the conversations get to be a little pitchy, if you will. Like they're more about pitching their product than they are about telling their story.
Business oriented, yeah.
But you do get the stories. But I got the notion, wouldn't it be cool if we memorialize those stories in the same way in a book, because I'd gotten into publishing, in a book that allowed us to share those stories to the masses. Now, of course, we have Facebook and all the social media, but people on the internet tend to have the attention span of a housefly, right?
Exactly.
They're going to, boom, 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 boom.
So
Oh, what was
true.
that? This, you have to pick it up, you have to look at it.
Yeah.
And in here, I have got 45 profiles of real people, real stories, real entrepreneurs, real motivators, just like you. In fact, you're both in the book.
Yes.
And I share these stories in a way that has meaning. There's some connection information in there, but this book is not only a picture and a photo book, but it also has resources. So it has all the lists of the city agencies that are available for entrepreneurs, financing, government, all of these. So it's a resource as well. You're going to be able to crack this open and start really developing your business in your space as an entrepreneur. So it's been a pleasure to do this. I hope to keep it ongoing. We are presenting copies of this to the City Council next week on June 10th, and the mayor is also in here. We'll be providing him with a copy of the book as well.
Awesome.
But this can be a catalyst. This is not about making money. This is about creating a platform that honors entrepreneurship and becomes a catalyst for other people.
Provides resources. Yes.
Yeah, but catalytic endeavors often end up being things that help us to support our families and to do those things as well. So thank you. I know I am, and I know you are as well. honored to be two of the people in that book. And we recently had a reading where we went and celebrated the
fun.
release
Yes.
of the book.
I think I saw that on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, it was really
And
really
we're
fun.
also in Poor Richard's bookstore now,
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
so people can pick that up. Of course, all the online resources are available.
Right.
But again, this is not so much about making money as it is about creating that platform. My goal is to be able to make enough money so I can put one of these into each of the libraries in the city, each of the government offices in the city, each of the quasi-government offices like SBDC,
Yeah.
BBB.
Absolutely.
Put one of these in every office, so they have it as a resource, as a source of inspiration, and people will say, "Hey, I have a story. I'd love to share it, and this looks like the perfect platform."
Right on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert.
Thank you.
I may say, Dr. Sinclair, that's a great attestation to how big your heart is. So thank you for doing
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not as big as my tummy, but chef.
No, you look good.
But not far beyond. Right.
Well, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing. I believe this is going to be the start of a movement.
I do too.
I really do.
Yeah.
In our city.
I fully support it.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we live in a story brand culture. People want to know not just what you do, but why you do it.
Exactly.
And
Right, the
stories
why.
that
There's
can
I always
really
talk about the whats. I want to make
Yeah.
this. I want to build this. I want to
Yes.
sell this.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is the why. What is
Yeah.
it that makes you want to do this?
Yeah.
And if you'll allow me to just continue for just a second, one of the notions that I've gotten from this book and all of the stories that I've read and helped to write is that everybody wants to fix the thing that broke with them.
Mm-hmm.
I see that every single time.
Denominator.
Why is that the case? It's because we feel the pain, and as people with a big heart, we want to help them with that pain in some way, because nobody should ever have to suffer that. Now, the reverse of that is we always learn from that pain, or we hope to, right? But we want to help people to get to the aha moment as quickly as possible,
Right.
so that pain does not become a source of restriction for them.
Well, I think a lot of people's past pains, we were raised to hide it and just put your mask on, put that smile
Right,
on and
right.
just keep pressing on.
Right.
But eventually you're going to crumble inside.
Yes.
So if you tell your story of how you healed and got up out of it,
That's
all
how
of
you
that-
win.
Exactly.
That's how you win. That's how you tell that
help the next
pain,
generation.
you don't have control over me.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
In the IT world, we call it lessons learned, right? Or some reflections. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, pain creates purpose.
Yeah.
And if we don't follow our natural pain pathways, you really will never leverage your purpose to the fullest extent.
Yeah.
That is the reason you went through it, right? And if it just becomes just an event in our life rather than something that catapults us forward so that we can help other human beings,
That's right.
then we have wasted the pain in our lives and
And
the
the
reason
lesson.
it was designed.
Right. I love
The
how you
lesson
said
from
that.
God that we call pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a book about, I think Blaise Pascal wrote it. He says something about the clarity of the heart leads to the clarity of purpose. So you need to know your why, and you also have to look into your moral compass, what's inside you, and that will definitely establish your North Star.
Bless Pascal. Oh.
The North
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to share it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
Dr. Marzil, Robert Frost wrote this quote. He says, I should be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. What has been your road less traveled?
Ooh.
Which part?
Well, I love being a Filipino American, but my roots have really wonderful contributions because it taught me resilience and stories that you probably wouldn't think has happened, but it did happen, and it made me the person that I am today. Everybody has some trials and tribulations, but sometimes when you look into the cultural norms, there's wonderful parts of it, and there's also somehow borderline toxic parts of it. So the road less traveled is to listen to your inner voice and make sure that you are not sacrificing yourself or your own happiness or your own definition of who you are in the process just because you're trying to cater to everybody's expectations of you, societal norms, or you're trying to make somebody happy. Let's say your parents or your loved ones. You need to make sure that you listen to your heart first.
Can you make that practical for our listeners, though? Because I'm going to challenge you here, all
Yes,
right?
I'm
Because
trying.
I think it's important that we get some Me Too moments out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the practical applications of the road less traveled for you? Tell us a story about a practical application.
Well, bro, I think, especially for Asian Americans, I think they're pretty familiar with you need to listen to your parents, right? And even in the Bible it says honor your father and mother. That's great, but you have to understand too that it's not an all-encompassing one universal rule. You also have to listen to your inner voice. Is this really the direction you would like to take? And mind you, it's not easy. It's gonna be one heck of a ride. However, the outcome, if you're sure of yourself, it's going to be worthwhile. And I'm here to say it is. You will lose people in the process. So long as you're not losing yourself, they may come back, be open, and just continue to inspire others. And that's what I've been trying to do. Living a well-purposed life, filled life, is what makes life matter.
Okay, I'm not going to dig any further, even though
Okay.
I could, right?
I think you need to write a book. Right, Lisa?
She totally needs to write a book.
Okay. I'll work with you on
I
that.
think you have done that, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to be in the book that I'm going to write, so.
Oh, yeah, we do
right?
have
When do we
project
get that
coming up.
outline?
Yeah, this week.
Okay.
Yeah, the outlines.
I'm excited on that one. A
I am
global
too.
team of authors writing about leadership
Yeah.
and resilience. I'm excited
If,
about
if I
that.
could add the notion about the road less traveled.
Yes, of course.
Lots of people have asked me since I don't wear my chef cap anymore why I'm wearing the Panama hat.
Mm-hmm.
And many people have made the confusion that I was the guy in Jurassic Park that was the scientist. But
I don't
know where that comes
I
from.
have not once made that.
I have not. Well, I don't want.
Good then.
I don't want to push that notion, but the reason why I wear this hat is because I perceive myself to be an adventurer. And I, in one of my books that I wrote, the Use What You Got and Make a Lot book, it literally says, live the adventure. And my quote from that book is, if life ain't an adventure, what's the point?
Correct.
And taking that road less traveled is where the learning and the joy and the experience come from, and the ability to help new people.
Yeah.
Right. And if I may piggyback on that, you need to live life not just to exist, but to create a legacy for those who are following you or looking up to you.
Absolutely.
You just don't know whose life you're going to touch later on.
Exactly.
You guys are dropping wonderful philosophical bombs.
Yes, they are.
Right?
At very high
great
level,
job.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Philosophical bombs
Well,
are
we're
way
here to
up here.
encourage-
This is high level philosophical bombs. Where it meets the road.
The
rubber
is
meets
when
the
we're
road.
talking about me specifically. What's happened in my life that causes me to bring up these philosophical bombs.
Well, a year ago I had to make a decision. When the restaurant closed, I put 15 years into that business. I was working 80, 90 hours a week. I missed so much of my life because I had devoted it to that business. And even for the last year, I didn't even take a paycheck home for almost a year.
Oh, wow.
So it just became a point where this is unsustainable. We can't
Right.
keep doing this. And it started affecting my health. But you know what told me more than anything else was the week after we closed the restaurant, my 2 young granddaughters were at the house visiting. And Mom said, let's go see a movie. And so she got into the car, the grandkids got into the car, and they were like 5, 7, 9 years old, something like that. And my oldest grandmother looks over and says, Papa's coming?
Aw.
And I almost burst out in tears because there was no way she was expecting Papa to be there with her.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to be a part of that, and that told me what I was missing.
Yeah.
And that's why I would never go back to having that sort of commitment
Yeah,
to anything else, because I missed so much. Now, fortunately, I kind of caught caught it where I stood, but and I try to be more involved in my family now. But those are the kinds of sacrifices that entrepreneurs have to make every single day.
Yeah.
And finding that balance is sometimes very, very difficult.
It is
Correct.
difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe in work-life balance. When I was in corporate world, that was preached. It almost became a religion. You need to find work-life. It's
It's
for an
hard to
entrepreneur.
implement it though, because executives work more than 40 hours
Oh,
for the most
totally.
part.
Yeah.
But they try
Yeah.
to say that and have a work-life balance, but they're not even showing how it's done.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be that effective.
40
Not
hours.
only that, when you're an entrepreneur, it becomes work-life integration.
Yes.
You integrate life into work. Right, you have to find a way where those do integrate. Lisa's big on. That's why you're giving me that look right now, because she's big on these self-care,
I love
which
that.
is really good. I get that, but if you're going to be in entrepreneurship, and I'm an entrepreneurial coach,
Yes.
and I tell people this is not the space for 83% of the people that engage in it
Yes.
fail. It just isn't the space because it's hard intentionally.
Yes.
It's going to celebrate those that can, and it's going to eliminate those that can't.
Yeah.
And that's the best outcome for both. It really
kind of
is.
a law of the
because if
jungle
you
type thing.
can't, yeah, go do what you can
is,
do. Be
yeah.
responsible. Take care of your family. But if you can, then you open the doors for other human beings.
Correct.
And you create value for others.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the ability of
That's
can.
the bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd like to circle back on your question too, Frank, your $1 million question about road less traveled. Sometimes you feel like no one's listening or you're alone in that journey that you have. However, if you listen to those who made it already, who are trailblazers, as Lisa would call them, who are dream makers, as like Robert, and who are encouragement, officers like chief encouragement officer like Dr. Sinclair, then you will feel that that path is not lonely anymore.
Yeah.
Because you feel heard and you know that it is possible. Yes, it takes a lot of effort, endurance, resilience, Lisa's favorite word, mine too, personally. But it's not saying that it's not doable. It is still possible.
Oh, absolutely, it's possible.
Yeah.
Look
Hopefully
at us.
So good.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us
Yeah.
demonstrating the possibility in the
Exactly.
midst of this today.
Yes.
Right.
You really
Yeah.
do. And
Thank
we
you for
pivot
having us. Yeah.
along the way. That's why I'm not married to anything, right?
Well, besides Michelle.
Except for Mrs. Sinclair.
Yeah, I am married to you, baby.
Yes.
Happily so. Yeah.
18 years now, right?
And 18 November.
Yes.
Yeah, an 18th anniversary. So, yeah, God, made me miss me.
Because you're feeling all the love for Michelle for a moment.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
that's such a sucker.
I'm a romantic.
Oh, I think I'm jumping the bandwagon.
Good save.
Got lost in the moment
Yeah.
there, right? Yeah.
That's the impact.
Yes.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, Robert, you may not realize this, but you're trailblazing other things because relationomics, which is one of my favorite terms that some guy wrote about. I can't remember his name now because I'm over 60. So
We forgive you.
We have
I
the book,
forgive you.
though, in the Kindle, so.
we do have the book. Yeah, relationomics is the science of how relationships creates movement.
Yeah.
Right? And you demonstrate that very well, my friend.
Thank you.
It feels around you that relationships are important.
Yeah.
Indeed, they are.
What created that?
Well, I think it probably has a lot to do with the fact that I grew up in such a large family. That I like to joke about having a big family is a great thing because you never run out of people to borrow money from.
Or to play games with as kids.
Exactly.
Never worked for me.
But our family was all about relationships. I still talk to my older brothers and my brothers and sisters on a regular basis, even though we're separate.
So you had a healthy upbringing.
I like to think so.
I love how you put that.
But being the 10th, I was kind of like, by the time I got here, Mom had already gotten the T-shirt burned it, bought a new one, and
I get that. I'm the baby of 4, but no pictures of me.
For me,
actually.
it was all about trying to
That
have
hurt.
significance in such a crowd of people, right? And I was asked recently to write a children's book, and I had no idea how to write a children's book or what I would write it about. But I thought back to my own past, and I remembered going to my grandparents' house in Bayou du Large, Louisiana. And my mom had 11 brothers and sisters in her family. So you can imagine at reunions, there were kids everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Right? And I just remember my grandmother looking at me and saying, "Which one are you?" And because there were so many of us, and I never blamed her for it. I thought it was kind of funny, right? But that's what I titled my book, was "Which One Are You?" And it's all about growing up in a large family. And I jokingly say that I didn't mind my grandmother saying it so much, but when my dad looked at me and said, "Which one are you?" it kind of got a little scary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a joke there, so
Sorry.
it doesn't come off as a joke.
I came from that side.
Yeah, Frank can relate. Frank can relate.
I do have a question though, if I may. So since we're talking about relationomics here, what can you say to those folks who are not really that comfortable in extending themselves out there? So I'm talking about ISTJs, introverts, reserved folks, as they call. I don't like labels as much, but we have to accept the fact that there are extroverts. They thrive on relationships, and those are pretty shy, and that's a little challenging.
I've seen that at some of our 1 Million Cups meetings where we'll have someone new come in, and they'll kind of like the fly on the wall type thing. Fortunately, there's people like you guys. Who will walk up to those people and get their motor running. And more often than not, I've found once you get, like present company included, once you get their motor running, it's hard to get them to turn it down.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So as extroverts ourselves are actively supporting this particular space, it's incumbent upon us to go and say hello. I heard someone the other day say there's the 3 letters are TTE. Do you know what that means?
Go ahead.
Talk to everyone. Right? So when you get in a group of people, and I have to force myself to do this, literally force myself to do this.
Because you're a natural introvert.
I'm a wallflower like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Wow.
I know you can't tell right now.
No, that's inspiring.
I heard these 3 letters, and that's what I repeat that in my head. Talk to everyone. I don't care if you talked to them last week, good. You're building that relationship. If you haven't talked to them yet, go say hello. Just say hello.
Yeah.
Welcome. Right?
I love
and
that.
you would be amazed at once that floodgate opens.
Yeah.
But let me dispel something in this from your question.
Please do. Thank you.
Because this is a false narrative that we put up on this introvert extrovert thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I don't like labels.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is, because the energy that you exude as a human being will create an attraction.
Yep.
Right? So you have to get yourself in a zone where that attraction is really connecting with you, and the people that are supposed to be in your life will come. Now you're going to have to be out and available for that to happen, but that'll happen. It has nothing to do with introvert, extrovert. It really does. It's an attraction. If we didn't have introverts, we'd be a sad society.
Yeah, we would.
And we'd be, can you imagine everybody talking over everybody all the time?
Everybody's
Horrible. It's like the balance.
That's every Wednesday in
Right.
a Million Cups.
So, Dr. Marzil, I have a real quick question for you.
Yes.
So, what is your big, hairy, audacious goals in 2025 now that you've birthed these 3 enterprises?
This is one thing about me. I love to diversify what I have. Like you said, putting hooks out there. I really want Empower Care Plus to get going, because that has always been my dream to help. I feel like if you need to have a business, it speaks in volumes if you're helping others. The second, and from a standpoint of, I love my grandmother so much way back in the Philippines. She was the only engineer during her time, and that inspired me so much, and I felt like this is dedicated to her, to all the people that are part of my journey to make this happen. And then, of course, publishing books with Dr. Sinclair, and last but not the least, get the Legacy Engine going, and hopefully be a productive member of the boards that I'm a part of.
But she has a business plan that she's outlined that's incredible. And it even talks about the growth of these enterprises as it goes.
Yep.
And so you've done the way you think is just next level.
Well, back then, no one's listening, so now I'm all ears to myself. I used to do, portfolio analysis and critical, crunching data, and sometimes it just goes, it passed by because it probably did not align with their interests. So now I'm finally listening to what I feel needs to be done, and it's a great, exhilarating, freeing experience.
Yeah.
So awesome.
It's a great compass to have.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
One last question, Lisa, that
Yes.
you always ask.
All right,
Yeah.
we are almost out of time. So, Robert,
wow.
I'm going to start with you. I would like, as you know, we're all about infusing hope and encouragement to the world. So I would like you to look at that camera and encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
In 30 to 45 seconds.
Yes.
Well, again, thank you for letting me be on today. I'm so happy and proud to be a part of what you're doing here. The only thing I really want to share is that, again, this last year for me, if you can use it as an example, was a turning point. I had just turned 65 at a time when most people are trying to find a golf course to die on. I was trying to figure out some new way to bring value to the world and bring purpose to my life. And so I sat down and I said, am I going to sit on my couch and melt into my couch, or am I going to go out and do something? And it took me a while to really kind of get a handle on what I wanted to do, to focus on those things. But everything that I try to do is based on how can I help others? Yes. Because again, the more people I help, the more people are going to help me. You can reach me at my publishing website. It's called Use What You Got Publishing, or uwigpublishing.com. I also have a passion project that I'm working on that leverages AI to help you to tell your life story and capture your memories. It's called Life Capsule AI, or the website is lifecapsule.net, and you can reach me there. I'm always at Million Cups. If you're local, come by and say hello. I'm happy to talk with you and help you to find that encouragement that you can share with others by telling your story.
Indeed.
Hello, yeah.
All right. Dr. Marzil, if you can do the same thing, encourage the world.
Yes, of course. I would like to quote one of my favorite authors. It says about an unexamined life is not worth living. So that being said, don't just exist. I said that earlier. I have to reiterate this. Don't just exist. You need to find your passion. You need to know who you are. And then that's the time you can be unapologetically yourself. This is like a,
It's a mouthful.
for me, yes. But just be truthful, because everybody needs to live life according to their own terms. Meaning, yes, there are some social constructs that you need to abide by, but do not lose yourself in the process. You need to be strong to your core, and that's how you won't get lost in this hustle and bustle and the noise as in this busy tech-filled, corporate-filled life. And if I may, I would like to thank a few folks, if that's okay. Again, the Legacy Engine, we're open to small, medium-scale businesses. So you don't have to tell us what your budget is. We're going to work with you. Our purpose is to make sure that you get up and running with the resources you have, and we can find resources for you if that's feasible. Of course, there has to be risk management analysis on the way. And then manuscript completed for review. Thank you again, Dr. Sinclair, for reviewing it. I'm so excited about that project. And we also have a leadership book on the way that was mentioned earlier, with 11 other
11 other authors, yeah.
That's really a privilege and an opportunity that I'm so thankful for. And then business partners and seed investors are open for Beauty Bloom skincare, as well as Mile High Nutri-Scoop. That's one I haven't mentioned yet, but it's still in its baby phase. We're trying to reinvent the wheel for ice cream, because I'm not a foodie, just kidding. Oh. And then for board memberships, we do have a gala night, July 27th at Doubletree Hilton, so please be there. This is with the Dr. Jose Rizal International Legacy Foundation, spearheaded by our CEO, attorney Elaine Bordeaux. And then the De La Vega Foundation will have a Day in the Spring Summer Festival this coming August. I would love Dr. Sinclair and Lisa and you too, Bob, to be there. It's a great movement to help neurodiverse communities be included and be part of the conversation, because we are a community. We need to thrive all together. And then personal shout out to my husband, Benjamin, Rutenberg family, mom and dad, Uncle Tom and Mia in Chicago. Yes. Tina, and then Tala. Oh, well, actually, we're in Sydney, Australia as well. Just kidding, because my friend is listening right now. So,
wonderful.
yes. And then some from the Philippines. So that's it. I made it on time. Thank you.
Well done.
There you go. We'll be back with show number 2 shortly.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to
Well, welcome back to the Be Encouraged Show with Frank.
And Lisa.
We're so incredibly happy to have you for show number 2 today. And we, as always, Lisa, get to bring on 2 incredible members of our community.
Yes, we are going to be unpacking some incredible resilience around entrepreneurship, getting out from yourself. Wow, imagine that, with all the challenges with entrepreneurship. So we're going to unpack that with Mr. Wayne. And of course, the beautiful Gretchen. She is about to have her second baby. All the challenges in, blending, balancing, really, motherhood, entrepreneurship, the whole things with business and everything that entails. So we're super excited about the show.
But you know what? Old patterns don't match new realities.
Ooh.
Quote Wayne Larsen.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. So, right?
Well said.
Yeah. Hey, so thank you so much to our platinum sponsor, Cressio, for this show. When you get a pay what you can consultation with them, you can learn how to leverage AI agents to penetrate your noisy market, lower your overhead, and increase your sales. What a novel idea.
Yes.
Visit Cressio.com to learn more and check out the flyer that we provided for you guys. Take those home with you because Cressio rocks. That's all I got to say about it.
And we have Mr. Joshua, the owner of Cressio, in-house today. We have a whole team, but he needed to step up because we had no one else. It's summertime, so people are traveling.
Per Lisa, you had to step up.
Well, he did, because he knows trying to run our own show, we're not great at that.
No.
I mean, we're good at this, but we're not good at that.
That's why you have other people,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So anyway, let's introduce these incredible
my favorite part of the show.
Indeed.
Okay, so to my right, Mr. Wayne Larsen
Right.
is the founder of Flip Shack Gymnastic Fitness. In 2007, he birthed that company, right? 07?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this focuses on movement education for youth and adults through parkour and gymnastics. Flip Shack promotes fun, fitness, and personal growth by helping individuals build smart bodies and strong spirits.
Oh my!
Nice.
How wonderful was that? But
My daughter was a
Nailed
gymnast.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And to his right, Miss Gretchen Torres. She has been with Flip Shack for 18 years.
she is the original member.
Wow.
I'm the OG member.
Wow. That's phenomenal. Well, just that you stuck and stayed at one organization is phenomenal.
That is
That's
phenomenal.
pretty unheard of nowadays. So she serves as general manager and head coach of the girls team program. She's a dedicated mama, wife, daughter, and loyal friend. She brings love, energy, and uplifting wit to every role she plays, enriching the lives of those around her with extraordinary care and commitment.
My goodness.
Did I send that description?
Must have been
I
AI.
love to hear it.
I must have had a few drinks or something.
There we go. That was awesome.
Tell me
It's all
more
true.
about me.
Yeah, I was like, listen, keep on
I
keeping
tell
on.
you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Wayne's like, continue. You're
Wait,
trying
can we go
to
back
keep
to
her
mine?
from what? Yeah, exactly.
Yours is totally forgotten.
Yeah, yours was like
Are you
Smart
even
body.
in the room? Right?
Oh, let's go.
That's always the case.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm excited to have you. I
thank
was
you.
a gymnast. My daughter was a gymnast
Yeah.
until high school. Now she's a flyer in cheer and
Oh,
loves it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
gymnastics is everything. It's so funny because now people will stop her and say, "Were you a gymnast?"
Because of her body type and
I don't know. She's
Yeah.
like, "Mom, I don't know why they keep asking me this." She's an
Yeah.
excellent
It
flyer.
is her body type.
She's got the
Yeah.
body type.
there's also on that note,
Yeah.
gymnastics is a sport.
Yes.
And Flip Shack was built on the idea that if the everyday person could have a foundation in gymnastics and parkour, they would have extraordinary body control. And so I coached at a climbing gym in town a number of years ago for about a year and a half, and occasionally I'd get a class member and I'd say, where did you do gymnastics? Because there's an ownership of your body, there's an awareness of where you are in space and where your center of mass is. And so I think just intuitively we can see when someone's dialed in.
You spot it.
But
Both my daughters were gymnasts as well. Yeah, they're 5'9" and 5'7" now, so they got a little bit too tall. Yeah.
I mean, to be maybe effective in the sport.
Yeah.
But our whole premise is there's even more reason to do it when you're tall. You know, we've deconstructed the sport of gymnastics and rebuilt it in a fitness platform to deliver those qualities to all of our members.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
because
Sorry. I
it's
just
her
jumped
fault.
in because I love gymnastics. It's my jam. Yes.
Yes.
I didn't know I never know who's coming on our show. So
Yeah.
I'm like, gymnast people. Okay.
Yeah, that's what,
All right, I got
that's
it
what
out of my
happens when
system.
you leave city.
I know. I just got back from
Then it's on me. Get people.
In our adult program too,
Yeah.
people that were formerly gymnasts, as soon
Yeah.
as they hit a certain strength threshold again, it all comes back.
Really?
It's just wired in.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
super
yeah.
fun.
Wayne, take us on the journey, my friend, because you mentioned earlier on when we were talking about challenges, 5-year journey that you've been on recently, the things that you've gone through.
Yeah.
In essence, tell our audience, who is this Wayne Larsen?
Personally.
Yeah.
Before we jump into business.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell you. That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, on purpose.
We want it. Bring it.
I mix silliness with intensity.
You do mix silliness.
She can tell you who I am better than I can tell you who I am. Well, you mentioned the last 5 years, right? So 5 years ago, we were 13 years into the business, about 6 years ago, and we decided to expand because my biggest problem was, why is this shirt hanger crooked in the, like the apparel shop?
Oh.
I mean, the company
our
was just
biggest problem,
running
right?
itself. We were at capacity. I was looking at other careers. I was considering like becoming an orthopedic PA. I was considering starting my own graphic design company. I just needed something that I could really throw myself into. And we really love what we provide for the community, and we said, let's try Flip Shack someplace else, maybe. We'll give that a crack. So we opened a location at the Lincoln Center.
Is that a franchise?
What?
The Flip
No.
Shack?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
We did
okay.
not.
Oh,
But we
okay.
get that question a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be then.
Well,
No?
we could talk about
Okay.
that, but we kind of learned some lessons in the last 6 years around the viability of that and how we would go about it. We made a lot of mistakes, but 8 months into the new location, we were exceeding all of our targets and just doing really well, and then the pandemic shut us down for
18 weeks.
18 weeks. Lost a bunch of money. Workforce mentality changed.
Yeah, it did.
There was a lot of pivoting going on, and it took us a long time to recover. At the same time, as the pandemic did, I think for a lot of people, it really brought to life a lot of things in my personal life that weren't working. And the hardest thing I ever did was ask for a divorce. And so that got put in motion. I found myself living outside of my home for the first time in 22 years. And then my mother fell ill, and I was, as a part-time job, helping her out. She passed away 7 months later. One of my greatest friends in life, my stepdad of 30 years, he died. So the snow globe really got shaken in the last 6 years. And what I've really come to see, and we've had some really strong people like Gretchen and our office manager and our events manager and so forth. So I was able to really step back from the company and explore. And I've got a wonderful girlfriend that I love so much. And
I've heard about this bomb.
yeah.
Yeah, you dropped a bomb on me.
Yeah, right.
Did you have a one-to-one with him?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
cheating! That's not fair.
So, I don't know. The last 5 years has felt relatively self-absorbed. And, I've had people in my life say things like, wow, Wayne, you're able to kind of take all this time to yourself and not have to work as much. And, but I've come to learn that that's not necessarily a great thing.
Right.
So I'm really looking to reconnect to Flip Shack, reconnect to a purpose greater than myself right now in life, and just be grateful for all the gifts that I have and enjoy it.
You have kids, right?
I do. I have 2 boys, one about to turn 17 and one about to turn 24.
Are they local here?
They are.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Yep. And they are friends. And I think that's the best you can hope for with adult children is you transition into friendship.
Yes.
So
Yeah, mine's a friend sometimes. But we won't go into that. This is your show.
Yeah.
Right? The transition of children, I tell you.
They're a trip. But you're right. I take pride that my 2 adult children that are not in the house currently, they actually FaceTime me and they choose to.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, that
It just,
is
my
so
mama's
awesome.
heart is so full every time. It's amazing.
yeah, I said something the other day. I said, I really like this guy. And they're like, you're supposed to. I'm like, no,
No?
you're supposed to love him.
Yeah.
You don't have to like him.
Necessarily
like
like
them.
Exactly right.
Yes. Yeah. Because once you get through the teenage phase, I mean, I'm currently in the thick of, I have 2 15-year-olds still at home, so I'm in the thick of that. But later, it's like, oh man, it's really fulfilling. Yeah.
I love
That's what
that
you have to
teenage
look forward
phase,
to.
too.
I was
She
going to
has
say,
so
we're-
much experience, though, but not necessarily with boys as much as girls.
no, definitely not. Yeah.
Girls are a trip. I birthed 3 daughters.
Sure. Okay.
And she is one.
And I am a woman through and through.
Yeah.
I identify it, I look it, I am it.
Sure.
All
Yeah,
the
3-year-old
things.
boys are quite the adventure. That's a very
Boy,
Well, I now have a bonus
Sick.
son, and that's fun. Like, boys,
They are fun.
They're a hot mess, and they eat like pigs,
Yeah.
but they're fun.
totally. Even when
Yeah.
they're tiny. Even when they're
Yes.
tiny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right on. you just me out sometimes. You can tell when she gets excited about a subject, man. She gets all red.
I know,
And
I
she gets all into it, right?
do.
So, which is really
He
cool.
loves it.
But,
Yeah,
That's why we're
stop doing
partners.
Gretchen, it is so good to finally meet you, young lady. Yes, as I mentioned in the hall, you and I feel like I know you already.
Oh, yeah.
Because you are really the crux of a lot of our conversation.
Oh, wow.
When I had
Thank
an
you for
opportunity
saying
to meet with Wayne. Tell us about Gretchen Torres.
It is pressure filled. I'm like, we can just read what he already wrote.
Oh my gosh.
No, let's see. I started working for Wayne. I wouldn't even say I started working for Flip Shack. I started working for Wayne 18 years ago. He was my gymnastics coach, and Wayne had this sort of reputation of just being really incredible with people in such a way that he had this like following of athletes, right? So if he would move to a new gym, this mob of kids would also move.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, because even from really early on, it was so much more about how we got to understand ourselves and know ourselves by virtue of being coached by him, as opposed to the gymnastics, which really kind of took a backseat. So when I had an opportunity to come on board and work for him, I was 15 and I was like, let's do it.
You were 15 years old.
I was 15 years old. And I felt like such a celebrity having a job as a gymnastics coach.
Right.
As a high school student, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I'm going to tell everyone about this. Update my Facebook profile. Like I was ready, right? It was like so exciting. And it wasn't until several years later, probably 18 or 19, that I really realized that I was pretty good at it. Like that I had some potential that I didn't really recognize at first. At first, it just felt like a fun bragging opportunity.
Yeah.
And so around 18 or 19, I actually said to Wayne, I would really like to have your job. I would really like to take this. I want this for myself. And he said to me, it's going to take time and you're going to have to work really hard. And if you do, I'll teach you everything I know. And he did.
I
and he
love
did.
that.
Yeah.
Most leaders would freak out and be like, "You're not taking my position."
No,
You
not at
owned
all.
that. I
He was
love
like,
that.
let's go, girl. Let's see what happens. And so that was really when we transitioned out of boss and employee to mentor, mentee. And we've spent so much time together working in the company and on the company. And as things have progressed, my job at Flip Shack really is about, fulfilling on the day to day, and really finding and using systems that make a difference out, like in our absence, which is fully a thing. He's been in and out for the last 5 years, and I've also been in and out for the last 5 years, getting married and buying a home and having a son, and there's just been tons of transition for us. So my job is really looking at and identifying systems that we can replicate and that we can really easily share with these other leaders. There have been a couple other people since I jumped on board who've also said, to me now, I really want your job. And I'm like, okay, let's buckle up. If you work hard and stay patient, I'll teach you everything I know. So that's been really cool. And my role in the company is prepping the next me, really finding the next person who's excited and hungry and wants to fulfill on this vision, and enabling and empowering them to kind of give it a go.
I love that.
It
it's fun.
takes time.
Yeah.
It just takes
Oh, yeah.
so much time. It does take time. And it takes silliness and intensity, which I think we do really well together.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
One of us is
Are
intense
you
while
from
the other one
Colorado
is silly.
Springs?
I am.
So you're a native here.
I am, yeah.
I'll get your autograph before you leave.
Sure, anytime. Yeah, anytime.
Right? So few of them, right? There we see. I mean, actual natives. So.
Are you a native too?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So what's your family makeup here in the Springs?
I have
You want an
it's
illustration?
A lot. Listen, an illustration. It would take a very long time. I have a big, beautiful, broken, put together puzzle piece family, and almost all of us are back in Colorado Springs at this point. My mom lives downtown. My dad and my stepmom live in Old Colorado City.
Oh. So how many kids?
So this is I'm one of six children.
Okay.
And this will be grandbaby number 16. So there's lots of kids.
Are you the oldest, middle? Or?
I'm the second to youngest.
Okay.
Second to youngest. Here's a baby.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Oh,
of four.
sure.
Yeah, I'm second oldest.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm close to the bottom, but not quite all the way there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I love the tapestry and the way you kind of presented that to us. A big, beautiful collage of brokenness and other things, and
It's the mosaic.
I think that's family,
I agree.
right?
What's the Japanese art of like filling cracks with gold?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I love that. Have you
Yeah.
seen that with wood? How they do that too with the.
I
Indeed.
can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll think of it as soon as we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second we walk.
I'll tell you about my family.
Please.
So my family, all from New York and New Jersey.
Oh, I'm from Niagara Falls.
They had to be from somewhere.
Oh my God.
My ex-wife was from New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have good vibes on that.
We'll talk later, but I have a Jersey thing. But they all they grew up pretty poor, and I have a big Italian influence in my family, and there was this mass exodus out to Colorado Springs in the kind of mid-1970s. And so my dad had like 5 siblings, and so did my mom. They grew up in the same area, but so 3 brothers and sisters
3.
married.
You serious?
So my
What?
dad's
3?
sister married
3 of them.
my mom's brother, and my dad's brother married my mom's sister. And so I have all these double cousins, right?
That's so cool though.
You can imagine.
Not the same hand, two separate hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so tracking.
Double cousins.
So I feel like I hit the family jackpot.
Yeah.
I grew up when we were so tight, and I mean a different family hosted a holiday. We were always 4th of July because that's my sister's birthday, and also Memorial. We got the summer holidays, but Barbara or Linda would do Christmas or Thanksgiving, and so all of our family gatherings were like somebody's family reunion.
Did you guys all migrate here?
Yeah.
Those 3 couples all.
Plus others.
Oh,
Why
wow.
here of all the places you could have gone in the world?
Somehow, I had a great Aunt Marion who found her way out here, and I don't know that story.
Yeah.
But so the kids would come visit Aunt Marion, and so they got a taste of it, and they liked that it was kind of a slower pace. It was a quieter town, especially back then. But I was going to marry my cousin Cindy until I figured out, you're not allowed to do that.
God!
My cousin Anthony was my best friend, you know, and into
He's
this
not even
day.
from Alabama. Remember last week's show? I mean, yes. Yeah, that was.
To all Alabamans that may be watching our show, we apologize, Lisa.
I lived there multiple times as an Air Force wife, so there's truth to it.
That's also in North Carolina. I would not date anyone in my hometown because I'm afraid I might be afraid.
Yeah,
of
you're
Exactly.
I mean, be related to them.
Yeah,
Right?
you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
Are you even kidding?
No. It's a thing in the South, like legitimate.
You have so many cousins.
Oh my gosh.
No, so
Legit.
two separate families.
Two separate families.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you know that in Colorado, when you go to get your marriage license, you have to hold up your right hand and say that you know that the person you're marrying is not your cousin?
Well, my
That's a
wife
real
is
thing.
white, so that was cool.
See, there
Pretty
you go.
easy for me.
Oh my gosh. My husband said, do second cousins count?
Oh,
When we were there, and I was like, you ruined this for us.
oh my gosh. So, Wayne, I'm curious, what is the magic that made all the children follow you from club to club? Like,
I know the answer to that.
I know
That's
you
such
do.
a good question.
They were seen.
How did you do that?
I just jump into their world, you know? And that's one of the things, you know, in these upcoming leaders in our company that we try to teach is that, you know, listening has nothing to do with you. You know, so often people listen to interject a story that they relate to, you know, or something, but just to get into somebody else's world and truly understand them. And you know, I say really awful things to children. But I can because they know I love them. I don't mean what I say. My sense of humor is very ironic. So I often say the opposite of what I mean. But they just, kids also dial into our being. And so when we teach our athletes, so she mentioned being the head coach of our team program, our competitive programs at Flip Shack are 6% of our member body. It's not at the forefront,
Not much,
but we take it very seriously, and we just completed a state competition weekend in Denver yesterday, and we took third in state, which is
Cool.
which is good. Top 3 is fine.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm about to just go like popcorn.
Do it.
I can just. There's when you leave our gym, there's a quote on the wall. By we have all these signs around the wall that talk about our culture. Endure the discipline of today or the disappointment of tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's not what you do, it's how you do it that matters. There is no courage without fear. You know, so we endure the discipline. How you do it. We build our reputation one interaction at a time, you know, and that slows us down and it allows us to just like really take time with people. And but on the exit of the gym, there's a quote by legendary college basketball coach John Wooden, and it says, "Doing your best." No.
The best you're capable of.
Say it again.
I'm just skip.
What's the quote?
I can't think of it right this second.
Oh, success is doing your best to
best.
become the best you are capable of becoming. it's a personal journey. And there's this old adage I don't like. You can't make a Mercedes out of Ford parts. I'm like, all right. Well, we're going to make the best Ford we can. You know, it's like really supporting people in getting out of their way. You know, tennis is a wonderful sport, but there's nothing really scary about tennis. And gymnastics and parkour, not only is it extremely complex, moving in various planes, being airborne, being upside down, being on your hands, going forward and backward, and so forth. The other thing that's unique is you come upon your limits real quickly because skills are challenging or you're running into your fear. And so that's what I like to coach. I like being a technician. I like coaching the movement, but more than anything else, I love coaching the person and helping them get past where they feel stuck. And I think that answers the question of my popularity.
Yeah.
Love that.
You know, Lisa, they've talked about the last 5-6 years. Could you turn your phone over? It's making me hungry.
I know, we're starved. That's so cute.
Sorry.
I've never seen such a cute cover ever.
It's soft too.
Is it
It's
like,
sweet,
man,
yeah.
touch it? Like, oh my God, Joshua, look at this. Toast. It's a toast cover.
We spend a lot of time with kids. I have a small person.
She's a kid.
I'm a kid.
Yeah,
Right.
love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So the question was,
We always starve on our show. Like, we don't eat until we get back, like, after 1:30. Yeah, it's a thing.
I know, right?
Someday when we make it big, we're going to have a whole spread right here.
There you go.
Gretchen,
Yes.
tell us about navigating, because obviously you guys have designed culture and systems and put them in place that are really kind of making this thing rock and roll, right? Which is so cool. You had a baby not that long ago.
Not that
You're
long
going to
ago.
have a baby again.
I sure am.
You're the GM of this organization. He's the owner. He's gone through all kinds of things in the last several years. How did you manage to all of that?
Wasn't always easy.
It was. I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say it was not always pretty. The first part of the answer is we have. At FlipShack, we hire based on characteristics, not on qualifications.
Nice.
And so we have so many really, really incredible young people that work for us. And I say young because to an extent, some of them are literal teenagers, like the same as they're 16, 17 years old and they've been with us for so much of their lives that they're already so connected to our vision and what we're up to and what we care about, and the principles that we live by are already ingrained in how they interact with the world around them. And so we don't have to teach that part already. And so when we assign responsibility, or I say, I'd love for you to try this we're going to learn about payroll today. Let's give it a go. And because they're already so connected to bumping up against what gets in their way and, understanding that they have to interact with fear in order to have an opportunity to be courageous. They've got so much experience there that they're unafraid to ask questions. They're unafraid to give it a go. And there's a lot of trial and error. Gymnastic fitness and all of the movement that lives inside of that realm is failure based.
Oh yeah.
So you don't start.
That's powerful.
You don't start with a rock and handstand. You were not born that way. So you do it wrong for so long, and then you adjust, and then do it wrong again, and adjust, and adjust, and adjust. And it's just this constant.
And as soon as you get it,
we
that's
make
a
it.
foundation for something else that you're now going to fail at.
We make it more complicated, and you're right back to
Never
failing.
thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So our people get so good at failing really, really quickly. And the way that we have managed over the last 5 or 6 years is having really great staff members and really great people that we can rely on who are unafraid to say, okay, I put together these timesheets and I'm pretty sure I messed up at least half of them. So can we find a space to go over this together and I can figure out where I screwed it up? And so that helps a lot. And also I think having one of the things that's really powerful about my partnership with Wayne is that we're not afraid to argue. So I think that's a really awesome place to start.
That is awesome.
But also there's a space where we have to be unafraid to ask really difficult questions and trust one another enough with the veto autonomy. Like we have to be able to be like, that is totally outside of what we're up to. So you're gonna have to tell me how you arrived there. Nice. And then also what comes with that is just blind trust, right? Like to really say to one another, like, go do what you have to do. I've got this. We've got this. Don't worry about it. Because otherwise you couldn't do things like take maternity leave, or take care of your parents, Yep.
Wow.
So we've just got really.
The way that you frame all of that, young lady, you have no idea. I mean, that's incredible.
Thank you.
The life lesson, John Maxwell, failing forward, right? And what that means. Because listen, I'm looking at these guys and they're telling me that they're hiring young people.
Yeah.
You know what I see on resumes of young people most of the time? I was here 6 months, here 4 months, there 7 months. This is the modern economy of work and people. And you get people to stay.
So this reminds me of Kilroy's workshop.
Oh, I've been there.
Have you?
Wonderful staff.
Oh, yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Same model.
Great culture.
Very similar model. Incredible culture.
Yeah.
Well, you need to introduce him.
Yeah. You know him, don't you?
I met him at a party, one of the Reeves parties.
Ron Hardman.
Yes, Ron.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, this totally amazing collaboration. You need to have coffee with him for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I made a Japanese throwing knife.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Cool. My husband and I had a little date night there, and because I had this big wooden barrel.
Yeah.
We had this round. We have a wooden barrel fire pit, and I loved it, but it crumbled the holder.
Yeah.
So he's like, just bring it to the workshop, and you and John can figure it out. And I'm like, I've never touched any metal smithing or anything, and we had the best time. They made us feel like so empowered, and we felt great by the time we left.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They were like, grab a hammer you can strike many, many times. I'm like, cool.
You got me a
hammer. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But they do the same thing. They're raising up all their staff. Like the kids are coming in, and then they're getting older and aging up, and then they're aging up into leadership.
I ran over on our little sidewalk interview a couple weeks ago because I was talking about this program called Junior Coach, and I'm going to talk about that right now. It was born at the start of the company. I was at a national park with one of my kids because they're 7 years apart, so it must have been Tucker, and obviously. And there was a Junior Ranger program where you can get this little plastic badge, and you had a worksheet, and you had to find certain things, and then you get a certificate. And I thought that's kind of a neat idea. So I created this Junior Coach program, kind of similar. We had this little, now it's kind of really cheesy, this little worksheet and this button that they'd wear, and these kids would come in and assist an instructor. So I don't know, when did we start the button phase of Junior Coach? 10 years ago?
I'd say so.
Okay, that's important. The timeline's important because now
10 years.
we've refined the program, and everything's always a work in progress, but we've really kind of found an iteration that works right now. You get awarded an opportunity to assist one of our instructors based on some kind of merit. Maybe you could explain to us when it's appropriate to internally or externally rotate your shoulder joint, depending on the movement that you're doing. So you're learning the biomechanics of what we do, right? Because we like to teach people why things happen, not do this and do that. We want you to understand what's behind it so that when you get out on your skateboard or you get out on the lacrosse field, you can transfer what we're teaching you to all of your movement. So you may also be awarded a junior coach opportunity because you listened. Wow, you never do that. And or maybe because you got a new skill that day, you just landed a front flip on trampoline.
How do you sum up junior coach program though to people that want to know what that means?
Yeah.
Because I see some outcomes you're telling me, but I'm still not getting a big picture.
Well, maybe
of
you
what
can
it
help me with that when I'm done explaining.
is.
So you get a card at the end of class. Hey, congratulations. So they, with their parent, they go in and they show the card and they sign up to help teach a class. They're younger than them. So they come in, they wear a badge that identifies them on the floor, and they start learning how to coach. And then they turn in that badge at the end, and you start collecting these 12 different like little jean jacket kind of pins. And you talk about our culture, so they all dive deeper in our culture. Like one says, "Yay, I won! Yay, I lost." No, it says "Play to win," and on the back it says, "Yay, I won! Yay, I lost." It's not the winning that matters. It's playing the game to win that matters. One says "yet," and it says "practice the impossible." When you find yourself beginning a sentence with the words "I can't," be sure to finish it with the word "yet." Change your belief. So as you go along this journey, every third button, we partner with community people like Caffeinated Cow. You get a free ice cream when you get button number 3.
Oh, that's awesome.
So on and so forth. And then when you get to button 12, you then get an invitation from our program director to jump into the next Flip Shack instructor training. And so that goes over the biomechanics, the physics of what we do, basic principles of coaching. It's sort of like a launch pad. And so these kids get to come and join that, and then they get to wear a shirt that says Junior Coach, FIT Certified, Flip Shack Instructor Training.
That is so genius.
Now,
It is our instructor. It is a mirror of the same training and development program that our instructors use.
Yeah.
But you're maybe 8 the first time that you jump in.
Right.
And then you do it again when you're 10, and maybe you renew when you're 12. And so by the time you're 14 and old enough to work in the state of Colorado, you've been immersed in this like way of being in this technology for years already. So then you come onto the coaching floor and you are crushing. You are like making this huge difference, but you're 15 years old. We have a girl who coached, this was this past weekend at the state championships that he mentioned. This was her first kind of debut as a solo coach. And she is competing against people who've been coaching gymnastics for 30 years. Wow. And she's unbelievable. Wow. She's unbelievable. And she just finished her junior year of high school. Like, she's a kid.
It's crazy.
She's a kid.
So I
What's
just
the
crazy
genesis
good.
of that? What was the genesis of that, though?
She came up
Who
through our
thought of
junior
it?
coach program.
You just thought of it?
Genius.
After that
We
national
need to
park
do a
visit.
spotlight visit.
Yeah,
Yes?
Yeah, we do need
Yes.
So I recently, because we closed down our Lincoln Center location in April, we've decided to put all our focus on one community again for a while.
Where are you guys at now?
We're in Cheyenne Mountain on the top of 8th Street.
Oh, yeah.
There's a public
Okay,
library.
Susie?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were in a building that...
Dozo
yeah,
Sushi
Dozo,
is
yeah.
one
Yeah.
of my top 3 sushi places in the
I haven't
city.
been there, but I hear it.
Oh, it's one of the
wonderful.
top 3. Well,
Okay.
my God,
Yeah.
I'm a total foodie. I work out to eat.
So I recently requested of all of our staff, I don't know, about 40 staff, would you say, these days? And I said, I'd like you to update your bio and your photo, because in the gym, there's a section where our customers can see who's out there, who works here, and a little bit about who they are. And what I added on this revision, and I'm sending it to print this week, down in the bottom left-hand corner, if you were formerly Fit Junior Coach, you get a little badge that goes on that
Oh, yes.
bio. And half of our instructors have that now. So we set out 10 years ago, we told ourselves we are going to grow our own staff in-house. And it's finally working.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
And they are you cannot imagine how they are.
They're hungry,
They
too.
are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's so
there's
translatable.
Oh
to
my
profession. I mean, you can build other organizations.
Yes, you
with
can.
that as
We've
a,
thought about it.
You need to have coffee with Ron Hardman.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Because he's done a magical thing too, and what you're doing, and now he's realizing what he just said. Other people need this in other states. Not necessarily franchising, you don't have to franchise, but I'm just saying you guys, both your brains together will be so electrical magic. Like,
It produces
Right?
incredible value.
Ron Hardman, you need to listen to the show. He's one of our sponsors. He loves us, but
right, yeah.
he's amazing.
Right on.
We
Yeah,
support
It's
him.
good to know.
Yeah. You guys are doing some incredible
Work.
Thank you.
With the next generation. Like that is
Yeah.
I
believe
get
in
so
the next
excited with that. Me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that is a segue to talking about Flip Shack.
Flip Shack.
Yeah,
do flips
that makes me
and
think
gymnastics.
of a song, you know. Back
It makes
then.
me think of a hamburger.
I know, people are like, pancake house?
Yeah, the Love
Love
Shack.
Shack.
Yeah.
That's another division we're not going to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, actually,
One I want to join.
so Wayne, I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
Because we're running out of time here.
Okay.
But
No, we good.
I know you said one of the hardest things or bravest things, I can't remember the exact
Oh,
word you
yeah.
said,
Bravest.
was to ask for a divorce. So I'm twice divorced. I'm on my third marriage. I believe in love. But it's hard. It is hard. And you did 22 years marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
I'm going to take a pass on that one.
Is it hard?
Yeah, that's
It's not that it's hard. I just want to
No.
honor the privacy
Yes.
of that.
Oh, got
The
you.
person
Okay.
Yeah.
that's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's absolutely fair.
Okay, sorry.
Because
He knows the
yeah.
background.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
He's cheating. Because our listeners are dying to know, but that's okay.
Yeah, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you had the same thing.
Oh yeah, I
Because
still have the
there's-
same thing.
yeah,
I
the
can't
things
name
you had to
names. Yeah,
keep
there's a lot I still
Because
don't talk
of
about.
things that went on.
Oh, yeah,
et cetera.
totally, yeah.
So I told my
can't
ex-wife,
wait.
I've been divorced 22 years, been remarried 19
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're all good.
Yeah, and
I
he's
can-
friends
Yeah,
with
she's
his-
my good friend.
I love
and
that.
she's been going vacations with my wife now and I, right? So
I can't be breathing the same air as my two exes. So we're a totally different situation, people.
yeah. But Gretchen, what about that?
Yeah. She's
How are
happily
you
married.
doing? Yeah.
I'm a child of divorce,
Yeah.
but
So am I. So
Yeah,
is
so
she.
am I.
and in some instances, it was respectfully the best thing they could
Could've
possibly have done
Done,
for me.
yeah.
Yep. And my stepmom is like one of my life's biggest blessings, and I would not have had an opportunity to have the life that I do if I hadn't had that. And I think that was a very Wayne move.
What?
It's a very Wayne move to honor the sanctity of another person's experience.
Yeah.
And it's life is
But it
messy
seems to me
and
like you
complicated.
fell in, and this is so unusual, the reason that I'm pointing this out.
Okay.
It seems like you fell into your space, I mean, early on. Most people don't get to find out what their design in life is. They're searching for that all through life,
Yeah.
right? I can do this, I'm really good at that, but it doesn't really resonate as the reason I was put on this big ball.
Yeah.
And it feels like you found the reason you were put on this big ball. Would you say that accurate or?
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to say it was all you, but there was a lot that was you.
Yeah.
When you are in a space of people who are committed to your bigness before you know that it's there, it just opens up all this space for you to step into it. And so, I had a couple of people in my life who were really committed to my bigness before I could see that it was there. And so then you just You just hang out there. You just live there, and then the ceiling becomes the floor so quickly, and then all of a
You
sudden,
borrowed from Michael Jordan.
yeah, your
Ceiling
biggest.
becomes the floor.
The ceiling
Nothing you do is original.
nothing you do.
Never had an original thought in my life.
No,
I would also add that sense of satisfaction comes from, I didn't set out. This wasn't going to be my career. This is something that sort of haphazardly, it was an opportunity, and I didn't dig 10 holes 10 feet deep. I dug one 100 feet deep, and I hit water. And that's what she's done as well. And there's so much satisfaction when you pour all of yourself into something. It actually works that way. It's not the other way. It's not that I'm waiting for that passion so I can get action. The passion follows the action and the love.
Oh my gosh, these are our people. Do you understand this?
I love you.
Oh, you guys are
Yeah,
so...
I got a man crush going on right.
You don't understand. Like, we talk to so many business owners, and they don't get the depth of what you're saying when we talk
I did
to
not
them.
dig 10 holes 10 feet deep. I dug one 100 feet deep.
Until I hit water.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
true.
Sweet. He's
Yeah.
gonna be in my book.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you
gotta
talked
do
to him
one of the
about it?
offers. No, but I will.
Okay. Oh my gosh. And a spotlight visit at their location. All the things. Okay.
You can tell what creates the juices for us.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. You're it.
You're it. You guys are just incredible.
It is.
It's that time already.
No,
That was fast.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, before we even have to ask the question.
All right.
We'll get you out of here
Yep.
so you can run.
Yes.
You know, I know
Yes. I
he's
know.
always leaving me. I'm an abandoned human.
He has FOMO when I have other appointments.
Yeah, I have to get therapy because of this person. Right. It's just how quickly she leaves, and after a while, you start to feel it, man. Me? It's a shower, right? So,
There's a pattern.
there's a pattern.
There's a pattern.
It's okay, Lisa. I still love you.
Yes. Thank you for that. We choose who we love.
We do, right? We don't choose who have us, etc. But Gretchen and Wayne, man, I told you we were gonna have fun today, didn't I? Yeah.
You did.
You are an intense human, though.
Yeah, yeah.
You even got an intense mug going on. You got an intense
He's
look
wondering
going on.
what's next. It's just because I asked the 22-year question, but we will not talk about
No.
Was that it? Okay.
I just gather a lot of data.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Tonight you're going to wake up and have an epiphany about the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa.
Man.
It's
He
really,
is
really
as silly as he is
a pleasure to
intense.
be here.
It is, yeah. Well, it's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to have
It's
you.
an honor to meet you both.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so ecstatic.
First time I met him when we did that thing on Hope. At
The Hope
Woodman.
Quotient? Oh, you were there
That's
then?
where, yeah,
That
he
was the day you were there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He was there that day.
Oh.
And before he left, he walked up to me and I said, you know what, man? We got to have coffee.
I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, you resonate. You might try.
Yeah.
And I can tell that.
Yeah, it was
right?
intuitive.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So then I get to meet you.
Yeah, Gretchen.
Yeah.
Package deal.
You are brilliant, run amok.
Yeah.
Okay.
For reals.
Brilliance run amok.
Oh, that's
Brilliant.
a
That's a
t-shirt.
gravestone.
I'm putting that on.
Yes.
Oh, that's a tombstone.
That is a
Brilliance
tombstone.
run amok. Let's go.
I've never heard him compliment
That's
someone like
so
that.
cool. That was like the coolest thing. I was not
Yeah.
expecting
Yeah.
it at all.
Yeah.
Brilliance
you-
run
Dr.
amok.
Frank Sinclair.
Let's go.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, and it really warms my heart because you're 33 years old now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see how I did that?
I was like, wow. Yeah, I sure am.
He was an accountant for the Air Force
I
back in
forget
Ledger
sometimes
days.
myself. Yeah, I sure am.
Yeah, 15 when they did this,
Yeah,
18
you
years
got
they've
it.
been doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Very good.
33, yeah.
We're listening.
That's actually really
That's
good.
super impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're 33 years old, you're married.
I am.
Yeah, to Mr. Torres. Yeah, Hispanic guy. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy, yeah. Tell him much props to him.
Yeah.
Incredible
Yeah,
human.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a good
Is
picker.
he a gymnast or?
No, not at
No.
all. He played high school football, college baseball. He's really into trail running right now. Is his vibe.
Nice.
He just
Yeah.
ran the Colfax half marathon a few weeks ago.
Can I just say that he recently said, I want the hardest thing I do today to be something I chose. That's his mentality.
He is.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Wow.
And a great dad.
And a great, the best dad.
Yeah, that awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a great dad as well.
Oh, thank
Haven't
you.
heard about those boys. Yeah.
Those boys are something else. Seriously.
They're
Are they in
rocking
the
it like they
gym
mean
or
it.
no?
No, they grew up in the gym, so they're both very agile.
Yeah.
But yeah, they never did gymnastics. or
Yeah,
parkour.
sure.
Is
Subtly
there anything
talented.
else on the horizon for you guys? Tell us. What are you
Yeah,
thinking?
what's next?
What are you looking?
Come
What's
on.
next?
Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna have this
yeah.
baby.
That's big.
That's next on my
That's her
list.
world.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said that's big. You were talking
That's big for
literal.
me.
Yeah, it'll be a big baby.
We got to get through the birthing.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna do that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can come back on your show another time and talk about what's next.
All right.
I would love to.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys
we
so
can
much
do
for
that.
having
We
me.
do guesting once a year.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we might make an exception for you because you rock.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Well, we'll get together nonetheless.
We must.
will.
Okay.
Yes.
We will
for
vibe
sure.
this for
We-
real. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
vibes all around.
Yeah. And new baby coming, which is going to be so
Yes.
incredible. It's a boy as well.
I don't know.
Ah, you did a I don't
Good
know.
for you.
Didn't I?
You did a I don't know.
did that.
We're
All
not-
my kids were I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
I
sure.
love that.
I did it for my first two. It drove the family crazy.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
There's a lot of bets taking place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids be having this, baby reveal thing.
Sure.
Blowing up
Yeah.
blue and purple. And,
Yeah, it's a big vibe.
Stuff. Yeah, and it's just like really cool.
Sure.
But I love being in the delivery room.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually pretty stressful too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
But
bet
it's
it's so
cool.
stressful
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I retract that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why can't we have stress too?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, stressful for us.
My first husband almost
That's my
fainted.
faux pas of the week.
He was so.
My husband always says, "How come dads always get the second-class citizen vibe?"
I know,
He's like,
right?
Come on.
It is stressful for us as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
We got two people we love in a
Yeah.
tenuous situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ask them the question.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Let's start with you, Wayne.
What?
You're
oh
next.
my gosh,
You said what?
I'm nervous.
I'm known for my questions, but I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so I would like you to look at that camera.
Okay?
As you know, we're all about infusing hope and encouragement to the world. So I would like you to take a moment and encourage the world and then let them know how to reach you.
Oof.
Encourage the world. God, I'm just a spontaneous person. I'm going to say that you have everything you need inside. And you can reach us at flipshack.com or 578-1006-719 area code.
There we go.
Okay?
Awesome.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. I'll pull from a great.
What?
I'm gonna pull from a great. I'm gonna say
yeah,
a
yeah.
quote. I'm gonna
Okay.
quote.
Oh, is
Okay.
this, go on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prefontaine?
Of course,
Yeah.
Prefontaine.
I knew it.
To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. And you can also find us on Instagram at flipshack.gymnastic.fitness.
Awesome.
Cool.
To give less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. Indeed.
That's so deep.
I knew you were
Steve
gonna say that.
Prefontaine. Yeah.
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 Yeah, a runner. Yes, and an incredible runner at that
That's
as
cool that
well.
you know.
And what
Yeah.
a great name.
I know.
Yes, exactly.
Such a celebrity name.
It is. Wow, so we had a great time here. Before we wrap up, Lisa.
Yes, so let's highlight some of our sponsors. Westco Insurance, Ms. Karen Butcher, loves helping people save and get the best service ever. Please contact her through our website at beencouraged.net. And also Planet Duct, Mr. Brandon Kirk and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning services with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado. Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Indeed, they are.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out there to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. Like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, go to our website, select international via Instagram, and you can join us from anywhere in the world.
And be sure to pick up one or all 3 of Frank's current books on Amazon.
Indeed. Go there and pick up those. Thank you,
Yes,
Lisa.
absolutely.
And also, our Chief Resilient Officer has a podcast that she does, unpacking the resilience of humans in
Life.
our city
Yes,
here.
here in the city locally.
Yeah, how do they get to be on your show?
You can email me at lsinnott, SINNOTT 2021 at gmail.com.
Indeed.
What was it again? I got a new website.
LisaSinnott.com.
LisaSinnott.com. I have a new website. Sorry, that's really hot off the press. Thank you.
LisaSinnott.com.
He's my backbone producer guy.
Yeah, go there. She's been unpacking some brilliant and amazing stories around our community
It's very powerful.
as well. We love having you on Mondays because Mondays are so stinking cool, and without you, they would not be as cool. We'll be back next week, the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa. I forgot what I was going to